Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Baby's First Bath webinar. My name is Teresa Thompson, and I am a co-doula and owner of Bump Doula Care. To my this way is Danielle Nyman, and she is the other co-owner and doula at Bump Doula Care. And Demii is right below us, Demii Kloster, and she is the owner and nutritionist of Clean, Green, and Sprouted. Today we're going to talk a little bit about baby's first baths, why it's important to delay baths, just different options you can have with the first bath. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about who we are. We are all, well, Demi's just recently moved. So we were originally all in Kamloops, BC, and Danielle and I collaborated and became co-doulas. So there's always one of us available. We understand that, you know, we have kids, we have families, kids get sick, and sometimes if a doula's kids get sick, you have to find a backup. So this way, when our clients meet us, they meet both of us, and they know that it's going to be one or the other of us at their birth or their postpartum visit. And we had a really awesome Facebook Live with Demii about nutrition, prenatal nutrition. I believe there was postpartum in it too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And so we invited Demii to join us. She's a wealth of knowledge in all nutrition areas, and we really like having her. So, yeah. Do you guys have anything to add?
No, you covered it.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and then Demii and Danielle are going to go. We're just going to jump right into the webinar. There we go. So some of the topics that we're going to go over today, the story behind our collaboration, which I kind of just went over, the natural purpose of vernix, the science behind bathing infants, the sleep and discomfort. We're going to go over some cord care, some bathing techniques, ways you can, partner involvement, so ways you can involve your partner in having the bath time, different products you can use, some bath safety, and planning baby's dream bath. Do you guys have anything to add more to this part? I believe we covered most of it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
There you go.
All right, so one thing that's important to us is that a lot of mothers don't realize that they have choices. So it's important to us that you realize that there's always a choice in everything that you do with your baby. So parenting, it's not a practice. We have to remember that it's always going to be a daily learning experience. As doulas, as nutritionists, we're here because we respect you, we embrace your parenting choices, and we totally understand that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. All of our babies are different. We all come from different backgrounds, and we respect that, and we encourage you to do what's best for you.
Okay, so the benefits of vernix. So what is vernix? For many of us who've had kids, we have experienced this. We've seen it. It's this waxy type substance. If you have a preterm baby, if you have an at-term baby, you will likely see it. If your baby is overdue, then you might not. It might have naturally just washed off. But what it is, it's this layer of skin cells that the baby actually produces early in development. And it allows baby to be comfortable and nourished and moisturized while they're in utero. So after baby is born, why is this vernix important? In terms of delayed bathing, we want to talk about it because it can have some huge benefits in terms of gut flora to begin with. So while baby's in utero, there are a lot of microbiomes, good bacteria that mother deposits on baby, and they're going to kind of hang out in this vernix, and they're going to sit on baby. And then when baby comes out, what it does is it actually is absorbed into the skin, and it helps to establish this gut flora, which is baby's first line of immune defense. And so it's basically like an antibiotic, natural antibiotic moisture that protects baby from any type of bacterial or viral infection. And so the purpose of delayed bathing would be to help protect baby as long as possible so they can establish that that good microbiome so they can protect themselves from everything possible, and just allow them to internalize and moisturize themselves with everything that is in that vernix. So the gut flora is a really big part of that. And then, as I had mentioned, the infection prevention. So this is just a prevention layer. It's going to prevent from bacteria, it's going to prevent from infection, it's going to prevent from viruses. And so anything that allows our baby to establish their immune system as long as possible is going to keep them as healthy as long as possible. And in terms of the moisturizer, it's basically like a really thick wax. So it's going to keep baby's skin really moist. Babies coming from internally, they're coming from water bacteria, or they're coming from water environment, and then they're coming into air, which is going to dry out their skin. And so this vernix really helps them to keep moisturized. It helps to moisturize their skin, and it's also filled with lots of nutrients that is really important for baby's skin as they're developing. So delaying bathing is really great because it allows baby to hold on to this moisture. It allows us to delay the amount of time before we have to add external products such as creams and lotions and stuff like that. So allowing vernix to sit on the skin has so many benefits, moisturizing being one of them, but the biggest one is establishing their gut flora so that they have a really good, strong immune defense. Okay, so another benefit of delaying baths. There's a few points we're going to talk about here. So stabilizing blood sugar. So this is a big one because when baby is born, what happens is the placenta is detached, which means they are completely cut off of a nutrient supply. And what that causes is a complete decline in blood sugar. And then once baby comes out, it's also a stressful situation. And this causes this kind of waterfall of hormone effects. And what this does is it drops baby's blood sugar in excess to the placenta being detached. And so if we are able to delay bathing, it allows baby to reduce the stress response because they've already detached from their initial blood supply, their initial nutrient supply, which was the placenta. They have gone through this really stressful situation of being birthed, which causes their blood sugar to drop. So if we're able to delay bathing and just hold baby to comfort baby, we're able to maintain and allow baby to retain their blood sugar levels, which is really important because of course that is initially their immediate nutrient supply. So we want to do everything we can to maintain the blood sugar levels in baby. And so delaying bathing is really important for that. Temperature control, of course, is another big one. So if we're able to delay bathing, again, with the birthing, with the placenta detachment, all of the stress, bathing tends to drop baby's temperature even further. So mom's temperature is about 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And typically, on average, babies are birthed into an environment that's 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So baby's temperature is going to drop significantly. And so if we're able to delay bathing, which actually further drops baby's temperature, we're able to maintain that temperature, which is really important because baby's just learning to stabilize themselves. They haven't really adapted entirely to their environment. They're just learning. So if we're able to get skin to skin right away, if we're able to delay the bathing, we're able to help maintain and increase that temperature back up to where it should be. Parent-infant bonding, again, ties into this. So if we're delaying bathing, that means that mom and dad, parents, are able to get that skin on skin, that cuddling time with baby right after birth. So in some practices, it is encouraged to bathe baby right away, to clean them up so we can kind of cuddle them and have really nice times with them. But studies have shown that if we're able to just stop with the bathing, delay it, put it off, just bring baby up to mom, put him on the chest and have skin to skin, then we're going to have a better chance of parent-infant bonding. We're going to be able to retain temperature. And it's really going to help establish that first bond with mom and baby, as well as dad and baby, if we're able to do both skin on skin. And then improved breastfeeding success kind of ties in with this. So if we're able to delay the bathing, it means that we're able to focus on other things. So if baby can come right up to mom immediately after birth, we're able to, able to establish that warmth, that temperature control. We're able to normalize blood sugars, but we're also able to improve breastfeeding responses. So studies have shown that, oh, hi, I have visitors. Studies have shown that within the first hour, skin to skin allows the best breastfeeding success. So if we're able to delay bathing and put it off, then we're able to bring baby up to chest. We're able to get them skin on skin. We're able to improve breastfeeding success, which ideally is best for everyone. That's our biggest thing.
All right, so now we're going to go into the science behind baths. So when we're bathing our babies, we're touching them. By touching our babies, we're able to slow their heart rate. We're able to slow their blood pressure. We are changing their brain waves into a state of relaxation. We're promoting their growth because our skin is touching their skin, and we're encouraging emotional development because we're bonding with them during this touch. Now, a good way to promote development is to involve different areas of sensory stimulation. So this could be as simple as just you and baby together. It could be bringing in bubbles into the bath. It could be it could be many things. Their brains are developing so rapidly for the first 3 years that anything that we can do to help promote the best growth possible is definitely worth it. So we want to do as much as possible when it comes to going with baths. So a lot of us, we're tired, we're exhausted. We are wanting our babies to have a better sleep. Most of us, not all, will experience gassy babies. And this can be stressful for us. It can be stressful for baby. So for what we want to do for baths, the warmth will help reduce any internal tension that they're holding. So we're going to, by letting go of this tension, we're reducing their stress. So when the stress is reduced, then the body is able to relax, and the baby, for example, if they're gassy, they're able to relieve gas that's within them. By doing the touching, you have everything else going on with the bath, with the cloths, you might have some music going on. You're helping them burn some energy, because they're thinking, they're absorbing, and this will help them calm down and be ready for nighttime. Another thing that will help with sleep, lavender scents have been shown in studies to help promote sleep and relaxation. And what all of this will do is you're now going to experience a baby who's going to cry less because they're calm. They're not uncomfortable due to gas. And when you're calm, you're comfortable, you're relaxed, that's when even us, we're able to have a better, longer sleep. So newborn babies, a lot of us can be worried about the umbilical cord. Don't worry, the umbilical cord does not have nerve endings, but it is very important to keep the umbilical cord clean and dry to avoid any infection. So what we can do is we can take a moist cotton swab. So you pour some water on it, you wring out the water, you just dab it along the lines of the umbilical cord. Another method of cleaning is a sponge bath. What's important to do after cleaning the umbilical cord and the area around it is to always gently pat dry. For diapers, make sure the diaper's not rubbing on the umbilical cord, so tucking the diaper down. Some diapers do have that nice little U shape, so it's not going to interfere with the cord. Loose fitting clothing. So most of us, we go out, we get the newborn clothes, maybe our baby is a little bit bigger, it's not going to fit just right. It is important so that the umbilical cord can breathe and it's not having too much friction on it, which can cause some pulling and tearing, to definitely have them in loose clothing. Some signs to look for if something's going wrong. So if there's an infection starting, you want to keep an eye out for pus. You also want to look for, is it red? Are they tender when you touch around the cord? Do they cry when you touch around the cord? Is my baby running a fever? If any of these signs are shown from baby, then you definitely do want to call your healthcare provider and get some advice from them.
Demii, are you there?
Sorry, unmuted.
Okay.
So why should we choose our healthcare products carefully for baby? So the main reason why is baby has come from an internal environment where our body was basically nourishing them. They were very comfortable with what we provided with them. It was all natural. And now all of a sudden they're exposed to potential environmental contaminants, pollutants, chemicals. And so we want to approach applying things to baby as naturally as possible.
I love you, Mom.
So some of our favorite products, I've got a few here to share with you. First off, Carina Organics is one of my favorites. They're based out of Vancouver, which used to be a local for me, but they're really great. They're super clean, have really nice products. They have lotions, they have soaps, they have all different types of things, even things for adults like hairspray. And they have a really nice line of products, really reasonably priced and all organic ingredients. Another one is Dr. Bronner's organic baby product. So it's basically, it's a Castile soap base. So it's a concentrated soap. And what you do is you add water and you can make your own soap. Really nice because it's basically just vegetable based. So it's vegan, it's organic, and you can have it unscented. You can scent it with things that you'd like. So a really nice wash for baby. You can also make hand soaps and things like that with it. Oh, I've got more people. Earth Angel is a really nice brand as well. She's got different ointments and bump pastes. She's also got soaps and lotions, which are really nice. Organic ingredients, really gentle for baby. Again, super clean ingredients. No chemicals, no byproducts, no additives, preservatives, anything like that. So another one that we love as our go-to. Baby Bear Soap is a Rocky Mountain soap company, which is really nice. So it's a bar soap. So it's local again, it's from the Rocky Mountains. Super clean, very little ingredients. It's basically just a bar soap, but really clean and gentle for baby. So if you prefer a bar soap as opposed to like a pump or a body wash or a gel, this is a really nice one.
Now, are you showing these, Demii?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Okay. I was just going to say, if you were, I was going to pop you up so then we could see
oh, sorry.
What they look like. No, that's okay.
Reading off my list. We can show them after, but I'm not reading them currently.
Okay.
And then what? Oh, the last one I wanted to talk about was they used to be Baby Deluxe, but she's now changed to So Luxury. But she has some really nice stuff. Really nice organic oat and milk soaps, bathing products. So like if you're gonna stick your baby in the bath and have a really nice sudsy bath and have a nice oat soak, it's really soothing for the skin. It's calming for any irritations. All organic products again, and local as well. So those would be our 5 top ones. Again, we can post them after if you guys are interested. I don't have the products that I'm sharing right now, but those would be our go-tos. But if you are in an area where you can't find these products, a really good app or go-to resource is the Think Dirty app. Think Dirty is if you have an iPhone, and then if you're Android, it's called the Healthy Living app. And this app is great because it allows you to, you can search products. So if you want to search baby soap or baby body wash or baby lotion, you can just search it. And it rates it on a scale of 1 through 10, and 1 being the cleanest ingredients. Actually 0, they've got their kind of little icon that rates it as 0, meaning that that would be the cleanest product that you could possibly find for your baby, or whatever product it is you're choosing. So you can search based on the product you're looking for, or you can also scan a product. So once you get the app, it allows you to open it up and you can scan the barcode. So if you're in Shoppers Drug Mart and you want to see, okay, what is this product rated as? Is it a 3? Is it a 1? Is it an 8? You can open up your phone, bar scanner, and then just scan the barcode of the product, and it'll tell you. So it's really great. There are some drawbacks, of course. It's basically or predominantly a US program. So sometimes you may find that some of the products you're looking for won't be found, but it does allow you to search just individual ingredients as well. So if you're looking for a soap and it's not found, you can actually look up the individual ingredients and it will rate those ingredients. So it's a really great app. So good go-to if you're looking for clean products for your baby and you happen to be in a store where you're not really familiar with what they've got. So really easy, just download the app on your phone and you can bar scan anything. Oh, and then breast milk baths. Okay, so this is really cool. Breast milk baths are really interesting. Breast milk, as we all know, is super nourishing for the skin. So a lot of us have probably just expressed milk and use it for skin irritations or rashes or anything like that. But the new idea is to actually have a bath where we put breast milk into it. And it's great because what you can do is either express milk if you've got an abundant supply, or if you've got a supply in your freezer where you're kind of thinking like, oh, it's got a little bit of frost on it. I'm not quite sure if I'm comfortable feeding it to my baby. We can throw it in the bath and we can have a really healthy, nourishing bath for baby. Oh, thank you. And it can be really great for many different things. First of all, like baby recognizes the scent of you. Stop for a second. Baby recognizes the scent of you, so it's super comforting. It can be a really calming, enjoyable experience for baby. It kind of feels like you're right in there with baby. Let me put it down. But at the same time, the natural nutrients in breast milk, as we all know, breast milk is liquid gold. As we bathe our kids in this breast milk, it is going to help. It's going to, Brinley, put her down, please. It's going to help with any type of skin irritations, rashes, eczema, bruises, contusions, anything like that. It's really great to just soak in this super nourishing liquid. So how do you do a breast milk bath? Just a second. So basically what you want to do is you want to add as much you want to add as much breast milk as you possibly can to make the bath kind of look milky. So in an average bath, you probably want to do about 10 ounces of breast milk, and that would make it milky enough that baby is totally submersed. And going to be benefiting from everything that the breast milk is providing. So it's a really, really cool thing. Not something that you need to do every couple days, like every bath. But if you've got some extra breast milk, once a week would be great. If you could do that, or if baby's sick, if baby's experiencing any type of irritations, this would be a great way to help kind of relieve that.
Cool. That was really funny to listen to.
Oh, mom life.
It's funny because it's not at my house, so I just think it's even funnier.
So there are different bath techniques that we can do. So for the umbilical cord care, what's most recommended is a sponge bath. With sponge baths, though, what this does is you're lowering the baby's body temperature, which Demii talked about. Now we're going into a lower body temperature. The blood sugar levels are going down. Baby's going to sleep more to try and counteract this. Then they're going to wake up. They're still not going to eat as well. Your breast milk supply is going to be affected. So this is, yes, good for the umbilical cord care, but it does have its drawbacks. And it can be scary with just being held and suddenly having a bit of water poured here and then a bit of a water poured there and sponged around. So, but if most of us have done it, I did a sponge bath. I really did. I didn't know that there was a different way at the time, and that's what my baby had. And we continued with that until his umbilical cord fell off. Another method is a submerged cloth bath. Now, these ones you're going to want to do after the umbilical cord falls off, because you don't want to keep moisture in the umbilical cord. Our purpose is to let it dry out and fall off. So a submerged cloth bath is really nice because you're now stabilizing their body temperature. You're not working too hard. You're able to be on the other side of the bath. You're able to play with little toys with them, go from there. So that's always a good option. Another one is a swaddled bath. So you're going to take a receiving blanket. You're going to swaddle baby. So it's going to help mimic the womb. And it's going to make them feel safe, comfortable. They're not going to be involuntarily thrashing their arms like most babies do. They just can't control their muscle movements. So that's another option. A good option that I really like is co-bathing. So with co-baths, you're able to be in the bath with baby, and you're experiencing the skin on skin, which is really going to help regulate their temperature. You're bonding with a co-bath, and you're also helping promote your breast milk supply because of the skin on skin and the warmth of the water. So you can even nurse baby in the bath, which is going to then release oxytocin, which is the feel-good love hormone, and it's going to just deepen that bond and that relaxation that you both have. So for twins, you can absolutely have a co-bath with twins. I would recommend, for safety, have your partner available so that, you know, you can switch them off one at a time, or you can have them in there together. Your partner can help with doing some soap on the babies, just making sure if one's squirming that everything's safe. It's really good too if you're not doing a co-bath and you want to do a submerged cloth bath with them. Having them close and touching each other, just like they were in the womb, will provide that sense of calm and what they're used to. It's going to help relax them. They just spent 9 months together, so having a bath together, it's just going to be what they're used to. Another thing we can do to help enrich their bath experience is we can add some bubbles. We can add colorful toys. Now, as a newborn, they're not going to see the colors just yet, but they're going to see different shades of the colors. We can introduce scents such as the lavender. We can play some music in the background. Classical music also shown to really help relax and promote brain development. We can have the lights dimmed. We can have them bright. If you have colored lights in your bathroom, you can try different baths with that. All of these different senses are going to help promote cognitive development. So bath safety. I do have the title as these cute toys might not be so cute, and we'll get into why that is. So you do want to have the bath temperature. It's roughly around body degrees. So you want 36 to 37 degrees Celsius. Always check the water before placing your baby in. You can do this by using your wrist, or you can use your elbow. Never leave your baby unattended. It doesn't take much for them to roll. They're going to choke on water. Just don't take your eyes off baby. Most important rule. Have an appropriate water level as well. Usually around waist or just barely up to their chest is a nice water level to have. Any loose items in your bath, so if you're using your bathtub and you just want to make sure your shampoo bottles, razors, any hanging shower items, they're not at risk of falling and harming baby. Always use clean cloths and towels. Our clean cloths, like we bathe the baby, we wash them with a cloth, then we put the cloth aside and we let it sit and dry. Well, it's basically what's doing is it's accumulating bacteria And we don't want to then expose our babies to accumulated bacteria. It could potentially be growing and starting the process of mold growth. So always just brand new cloth, brand new towel. So those cute toys, they're so cute. With the bath toys that we get, they all have holes in them. These are a perfect place for mold to start growing. You do not want your baby holding mold, putting it in their mouth, getting moldy toys in their mouth. Not safe. Now you're increasing their health risks. They're going to get sick more often. Not worth it. So what you can do is immediately when you buy these bath toys is you take some crazy glue, some kind of glue, and just fill that hole with it. Or another thing you can do is just have a nice cycle of replacing these bath toys every month or so, every couple months, just so you know there's no risk of anything going in. Always squeeze out any excess water just to be sure.
This is Demii.
Yeah.
Okay, so involving your partner, this is a really cool way that you can get dad involved with bathing. And up until now, because if you're predominantly breastfeeding or even if you're formula feeding, baby tends to want mom. So having dad get involved with the bath is a really cool way to allow them to connect and bond in a very different way. This could kind of establish their own daily or every other day type routine where this is dad's responsibility. He feels a need, he feels required, which is really important for him. But it's also important for baby to have that time with dad alone. So again, the benefits for baby, they get that really nice, calm, quiet bonding time. They can have skin on skin if dad wants to co-bathe, like Danielle talked about. But they can have a really special time just with dad, and they get used to having just dad there for bath, or if they want to do mom and dad for sure. But having dad involved is really neat. So the benefits for the primary caregiver, so when we talk about primary caregiver, kind of talking about mom, the benefits of course are mom maybe gets to be hands off. Mom gets a break. Mom's been breastfeeding and sleeping and feeding and trying to eat throughout the day, and she maybe gets half an hour to herself. So it's really important for mom to get that break. Or whoever the primary caregiver may be. But that's really important. And then of course, that lends to a really strengthening to your marriage and your bond with your partner. So seeing that dad gets to bond with baby or your partner gets to bond with baby, it's really enjoyable to see that experience. It's enjoyable to see that bond, but it's also really nice to allow yourself to take that break, to step back and not be the primary caregiver for half an hour, for an hour, whatever the time may be. And in doing so, it allows you to strengthen your bond with your partner, because you can see the love that they have for the child. And then you can also respect that they need that time, but you also need your own time. So it can be a really good bonding experience for parents, sharing that time, allowing dad or partner to take over so that you get a break, but they also get that really nice experience with baby. So shared, what does it say? Why shared parenting will make life easier as baby grows. Basically all the things we've just talked about. Parenting is parenting. If you were fortunate enough to have two parents co-parenting a child, having two people involved, it just makes for an easier experience and upbringing with your child. So when we're talking about baths in particular, if you share the experience, if you hand it off to one partner or the other, it really allows to make a much more peaceful environment, whether it be with the bath time, before, after, the involvement with your partner, the bonding and strengthening with your relationship. Shared parenting just in all makes parenting much more easy and enjoyable for everyone.
And we'll quickly go to the last slide.
So we have just about a minute left.
Oh boy.
The last affirming word for you guys is empowerment. I have the choice when it comes to my baby, and I have a voice when it comes to my baby. Don't be scared to use this. Don't be scared to know what feels right to you. A quote that we love: "Our children have bestowed us the privilege of raising their spirits. Let's do so with diligence." Very, very true. Just do the best we can and let them teach us things about life, and we can grow with them and flourish.
So we want to thank everybody for being on this webinar with us. And yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.